Hello, I've just received the Garrett AT Max. I've been wanting it since May. It was delayed quite a bit, and I've been spinning ever since then trying to save up money to buy it, and I finally got it. I'm going to sell my AT Pro and use the money plus the money I raised over all this time to purchase this and pay it off here. So, wow, so exciting. I'm really excited about the free hat here. Let's see. It's got a little bit of a ridge to it. I was a little worried to see if it fits. Halfway decent for a free hat. I think I'll just wear it as long as it survives. But I'm very excited. I thought about buying a shirt too. So here we go. We got the very nice looking manual and catalog. Alright. Pretty cool. And then free coil cover with the AT Pro. I had to buy an extra coil cover for 10 bucks along with my purchase. Warranty card. And I saw this in the video. They actually give you a little coin here. And here's the stem and the washers to connect your coil at the end of it. So I was really wondering about this coin. I guess it's like a Chuck E. Cheese type coin here. So let's see. Charles Garrett. And it has his birth date and death. So the sport of metal detecting. That's pretty cool that they included that. The manual looks exactly the same as the AT Pro. Pretty much exactly the same, but they do, wow, nice color pictures. I think the AT Pro was mostly a black and white manual. And then everything in the box is exactly the same this time around. I think the headphone portion of the box is a little bit different here. So I'm hoping that these headphones are totally charged up, because I want to take this thing and head out metal detecting right as soon as I assemble it. The smell of a new item. So this is really cool because I spend all my time tripping over the cord on the AT Pro. So I'm really excited to get wireless headphones. I mean, that's almost alone worth the upgrade. To get the Z-Link and the headphone thing, it was something like 125 or so. I'm not sure the exact price, but the AT Pro was 550 bucks. This thing is 720, but when you start adding up what you get, wireless headphones and all of the other features of it, I think it's totally worth the upgrade. So this looks all exactly the same as last time around. Even the pad inside it is exactly the same. After about 8 months on the AT Pro, I was really wearing this thing out. So I'm hoping I can maybe buy another one of these if it continues to wear out on this one. They give you one plug here. As I was putting together my AT Pro back in the box to sell it, I'm going to sell it on eBay, I was missing this cap here, and I wondered if I just had lost it or something, but it looks like that's the way it comes. It's missing a cap. So I was thinking maybe what you could do is not use the headphones and take it in water if you didn't have the headphones, but it looks like they don't give you the cap to plug it up here, so maybe you have to spend extra money on the cap. But otherwise, everything looks about exactly the same as the AT Pro. This grip is a lot nicer. Still feels a little foamy, but the problem I'm having on my AT Pro is I put it in my car wet, and it's starting to get dirt and collecting dirt on it and stuff. So it looks like this one's a whole lot nicer. For the housing, that looks the same to me. On the AT Pro, there's only 2 connections right here on the AT Max and AT Pro, and people have trouble with the thing coming off of it. And so there's a video where someone drilled some extra holes and tried to put it on there to make it a lot nicer. So I never had trouble with it popping off, but people are using this obscene amount of hours. The professional detector people have trouble with the thing popping off sometimes. Never happened to me. I only used it about 8 months. So one of the questions people had when this thing came out is, did they improve the connection here? And it looks like they didn't. So hopefully it'll work out, or people have their warranties to make up for that. Now the biggest problem I had last time with the AT Pro is getting this housing to come out here. I sat there and I struggled for about 20 minutes trying to get this thing to work correctly. What wasn't clear to me is that there was something inside that, and you're just trying to slide it out. So let's see here. You have to push the buttons here, and then, yeah, see, I struggle with this thing. Last time around, I'm sitting there forever trying to get this thing out. So in my review, I said, I post on Amazon, I said the biggest challenge here is getting this thing out to start with. It's like really locked in here. Yeah, watch as I struggle. Yeah, so basically what you have to do is turn the thing and then push the buttons in and turn it, and then it's finally going to come out. So then what you do is lock this into place here, and you're ready to attach it to your detector. In the instruction video, they said attach it to the first spot, the first 2 holes. Yeah, the biggest challenge for this thing is when you first get it and you have to get this set up, and then after you get it set up, you're ready to go. So I did a lot better with this the second time with AT Max and the AT Pro, where I sat there for 40 minutes trying to get this thing together. So a lot better the second time. I learned a little bit more about how to use it. Now, here's the battery thing. Pull this little plug out, and they give you free batteries, which is cool. That's pretty nice. Now, the way you know how to put the batteries back in here is you look for this silver spot, this little metal spot, and you point it toward the A in AT Max. So you put that on the A side, and that's the way you know to put it back in. And then I always get this part screwed up. I always put it the wrong direction, but you need to get it so it, when you turn it, it matches up. Now you can see, maybe see that I did it wrong, so got to pop it out again. Flip it over, and then you got it back. So anyway, I plan on attaching my Nell snake to the end. I haven't heard if this thing works or not, but I'm going to give it a shot and go take it out in the field and see how the Nell snake does attached to this thing. I'm going to leave the coil that it comes with totally in here, unopened. Here's the coil. It's very nice. And then they gave you the, so you pull that out, put the coil cover on. But I'm going to use my own Nell snake to start with, and then if I get bored, I'll put on their coil instead. The default coil, I like to call it. So I'm really excited about these headphones. Looks like to turn them off, you just do the same thing. You hold down the button until it turns off, and then it doesn't come with a case or anything, so you're going to want to see if you have another headphone case maybe to put in there to keep them nice. I've got like 5 or 6 of them from various headphones that I bought, so I'll probably take one of those and put the headphones in to keep it nicer. And then you have a USB, standard cell phone USB thing to charge your headphones. So if you have battery packs that you use for your phones, you can just plug your headphones into these. I have about 6 battery packs in my backpack, and I can just plug these into the backpack. So if you're out in the field and you need to recharge, you can take one of those power banks you use for your phone and plug them into this to get this thing going again. So that's pretty cool. So here's the batteries I like to use in the AT Pro, or now AT Max. I got EBL 2800s on Amazon, and they don't last, they last noticeably less than regular AAA batteries, but they're rechargeable, so you can just keep plugging. You just take your detector home and recharge it when you're done, and it lasts pretty much the amount of time that you want it to last. And for 20 bucks, I got 8 of these batteries, so then you just swap them in and out, and you just have plenty of batteries for your entire day. Or sometimes these last like 2 or 3 days of me metal detecting. But one thing I really don't like about both the AT Pro and the Max is their connector. So can you see? Let's see. So look at this connector in here. You've got this weird thing that you have to match up, and it's very hard to get it matched up, especially at nighttime. When you're in your house and you can shine lots of lights into it, it's pretty easy, but when you're out in the field and if you ever wanted to switch coils, it's like a super pain in the butt to try to connect it. So that's my #1 complaint about the AT Max and the AT Pro, is just their connector here. So here's the results of the first night with the AT Max. I went to a park that I have gone through 20 plus times with the AT Pro, and I was able to find about $3.90. Now 3 of the quarters were recently dropped, maybe a dime, but the whole rest of this bunch here is all money that I had passed over with the AT Pro and the AT Max was able to find. So quarters, I've gone over it so many times with the AT Pro, and then a quarter appears once I switch to the AT Max. Now the headphones did very well. They disconnected a few times, but it was because I had my arm in front of the head unit, and I think it was blocking the signal or something. And then it was interesting. I took a break and I sat down, and the headphones turned off by themselves, and so I had to turn them on again once I got going again. So that's cool. I took the headphones and charged them in my car on the way there and the way back, so it's got a nice phone connection that you probably already have to recharge with it. The first shock you'll see when you start to use this is the audio is totally different from the AT Pro. The AT Pro has a really good quarter and dime sound, while the lower sounds all sound like nothing, so you often pass by them. Well, this one's kind of the reverse, where the nickels and lower things have a really good sound, and the quarters have this high-pitched sound that doesn't really feel all that satisfying. So I ended up digging up tons of nickels and pennies instead of the quarters and dimes, because they sounded a lot better. So I wish I could combine the two and have a really good quarter and dime sound, and then really good nickel and lower mid-range sound, but it's just something you're just gonna have to get used to, and it's kind of a benefit, because with the AT Pro I dug nothing but quarters and dimes because it sounds so awesome when you get in the silver range on the AT Pro, while the AT Max I dug a bunch more nickels and trash targets, which are more likely to be gold, because that sounded more solid. So I think I'm much more likely to find gold with the AT Max compared to the AT Pro. I never found any gold with the AT Pro, but I think if I dig tons of this trash and nickels and everything, I will do a lot better with the AT Max. But it's a lot to get used to with if you're an AT Pro fan, for sure. So overall, I'm very happy with the unit. It found all kinds of targets that were pretty deep, or it just revealed a whole map of targets that the AT Pro wasn't finding. So it's definitely worth the upgrade just to get all those additional targets. Other things you're getting, the screen looks very nice in the dark. It's got a nice big VDI numbers, and it performed really well in the dark with a nice bright screen. So overall, I'm very happy with the AT Max. So I cannot wait to take it out and keep looking for more treasure. I think if I did so well with the AT Pro, I think that'll do even better with the AT Max.